Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and I am out at Homegrown Plants in Farmersville, Texas today, and I want to check out their inventory because I've got a few winter planting projects that I want to do. Okay, so one of my focuses is the front garden beds. We already had a light frost and freeze, so a lot of my coleus and vincas and things like that look less than desirable right now. And I saw some beautiful dianthus at Lowe's the other day, so I'm going to put that up on the screen so you can see that. I ended up picking up 2 flats of those, and I'm using those as inspiration for filling those front beds. I'm also keeping my eye out for a few accent plants for some containers that'll do well in this in the winter. And then I'm also wanting to do a pretty little container, winter container, to sit out on my back porch on my little bistro table that I have out there where I chat with y'all quite frequently. I'd like to do something there as well. Oh, my glasses fell down. But anyway, let's go check out and see what they have. They've got a ton of mums, so there's a lot of beautiful color. I'm not wanting mums, but it should still be really fun to look at. And there's a lot of people here today, which is random. This is like a Thursday in the middle of November. Weird. So let's go see. Okay, it's a little windy to start off with, but once I get inside the greenhouse, it should be good to go. All of their mums in full bloom. All right, looks like they still have a ton of pumpkins here. Usually they do like this point where you can come get all the pumpkins for free. That should be coming up. It's usually the week of Thanksgiving. I do see some evergreens over here. It's really pretty. I like a rosemary tree. I think would be nice. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Here is a cypress. What is this? This is a lemon cypress, right? Yeah. $40. It's really big, I will say. Probably 2.5 feet tall. The rosemaries are also $40. Those are a little bit bigger than what I'm looking for. This looks like an Italian stone pine. Let's look at that. Yeah, Italian stone pine. And I've got a couple of those in containers that I would buy them for like different Christmas projects, and then I put them in big containers, and they're really beautiful. They add some interesting color to my space. Okay, I see some cyclamen, and I would like some cyclamen for that little table arrangement. So it looks like their 6-inch pots are $10.95. They're really pretty. Really like this color over here. Looks like they have some smaller containers for $6.95. Oh, I like the bicolor. Let me show you all that. I like bicolor ones like this. And I don't necessarily need my plants to be like Christmas. A lot of times I will stick to like that palette because that works really well. What is this? It's just really pretty. It's really pretty. An alocasia maybe? But I like the idea of cyclamen for the bistro table. I think it'd be pretty, just a few of these tucked in just for a little fun color. Also, it would be close to where I was sitting, and I really love to observe cyclamen just because they have like one petal up and the rest down. So you can see right here, and they kind of flip themselves wrong side out. They're a very cool flower. So that could be interesting. Got lots of succulents over there. Got some herbs, a rosemary topiary. The rosemary topiary is $25.95. And they've got some quart size of the rosemary. It's a little bit thicker, broader leaf here. And they have several herbs, including like cabbage, Brussels sprouts, or those are vegetables too, kale, kohlrabi, which actually look really good in containers. I will say it's still warm enough that my cabbage worms are still out, so they'll eat a lot of this up. I like the idea of the bok choy though. They've got celery, they've got salad mixes, marjoram, lemongrass. They have a lot of like cool season herbs and veggies, which is really fun. Watercress, nasturtium, parsley. Parsley is a good one to plant now. Okay, and then we're shifting over here to your typical like pansies. I didn't see like any, oh, there's ornamental cabbage over there. Okay, we'll start over here, and they've got a mix of pansies and violas. Now, I've been doing a lot of research on pansies and violas. Look at that bumblebee just hanging out. Pansies and violas lately, and everything that I've read says that violas actually handle the cold better than pansies. Just thought that was interesting. I love this mix right here. This is called Sorbet Blueberry Sundae Mix, which, I mean, that sounds amazing. And I love this mix, and I think it would go really well with that dianthus that I got. Kind of like some jewel tone colors, I think would be really lovely. I do like this really deep kind of purple blue color. I think it's pretty. And they're $1.65 each, and then $19 for an entire flat. This would add a lot of color. These are really pretty too. I like those. I have a hard time going with a color scheme like this. What's this called? This is called Penny Orange Jump Ups. Johnny Jump Ups, I guess. I have a hard time going with a color scheme like this because it feels very fall. And I don't really want that. Got your traditional white. One of these days I'm going to do an all white winter garden. It's not this day, but it's one of these days. These are beautiful. We've got nice mixes. The yellows are pretty. There's some really fun sweet ones mixed in here that are just a little bit unique and different. And those are all violas that we've looked at so far. Now coming this direction, this is pansies. Like I said, they don't handle the cooler weather as well. They handle it beautifully, like they're troopers, but violas are even more capable. Yellows, a bunch of kind of reddish, like warm red tones. This is a pretty mix. Yellows and kind of burgundies and purples, pale lavenders. Look at those. Those are really pretty. Deep purples. Smells really good over here too. Yellow. These are really pretty. Not my color scheme, but I like that. It's like a pale orange with a dark center. It's nice. Kind of a more clear blue. And I've planted these before. Just this really pretty burgundy color. I think it looks really nice. All right, so we've got some good mixes over here. I like this palette. I think it's really pretty with all the blues and the white. Look, just a touch of white, and then the deeper purples and blues in it. And then here's your more traditional mix that you see everywhere, which is a mix of all the colors. This is a very traditional mix as well. This is mix called Classic Monet Mix. Yep. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I just want to bring you all along. We'll just go slowly. And then coming this way, we've got purple, traditional like a block purple. When I say blotch or block, it's got a darker color in the center. And that's what makes it the blotch or the block. These are huge. Look how big this is. Now here we've got some frilly ones, which I'm not opposed to. Those are lovely. What's this mix called? Can't see very far back there. matrix something. Look how big these are. Definitely think I'm going to stay away from the warm colors. I like to put cooler colors in my winter garden. Okay, let's go this way. This is going to be some additional bedding plants that will handle the weather. So we've got some dianthus. This is a mixed dianthus. Dianthus is a great way to add color, and it will act as a semi-perennial in our area. So this is one you can still plant definitely right now, and it will do lovely. That's why I already picked up a couple of flats. There are some really pretty ones in here though. And the dianthus are $16.95 a flat. I will say I used to have, like, maybe I can find a picture, put it up. I used to have a whole border of this like really dark pink dianthus across the front garden, and I loved it for many years. I was very pleased with it. Also huge fan of this dianthus, especially for winter. I feel like the flowers look like they're kissed by frost and snow, so love it. It's really pretty. And the dianthus, one thing that's really cool about them is they'll give you color for the winter, and then come spring they'll put on a whole new level of blooming, which would be lovely. All right, we don't want coleus, marigolds, nothing like that. That stuff's not going to survive our next freeze or frost. I do like this pale pink dianthus. So got some ornamental peppers. Those will not hold up in a frost. Dusty Miller. Dusty Miller would be lovely mixed with those dianthus that I already have. And I love Dusty Miller for the winter. Literally one of my favorites for the winter. Got a bunch of alyssum. $16.95 per flat. Super pretty. I've had mixed results with alyssum. Sometimes it does beautifully, sometimes it doesn't. I really like this color, this pale blue pansy. I think is lovely. Let's see what it's called. Oh, matrix light blue, I guess. Super pretty. Love that one. Beautiful. Here's more mixes. Feels so good with the breeze coming through here. All right, and then over here we have our ornamental kale and cabbage. A lot of it looks overgrown, so I don't think I'm gonna, these are okay. These are smaller. These are all wiry, so not in the best condition at this moment. Same thing with a lot of this. You see how the stems have gotten really tall. Not exactly what I want. Some snapdragons would be really pretty, and I like this kind of deeper red burgundy color. Snapdragons will do lovely for now. They'll die back a little bit during the winter, and then they'll come back ferociously in the spring and give you tons of blooms. And it looks like snapdragons are also $16.95 per flat. Okay, look at this mountain of mums. Glorious. They're $36.95 each. They're at least 3 feet across. So especially if you're having people over for Thanksgiving, this would be fun to come check out. Let's see, they have some information on the mums over here. So mums are perennial, mums take full sun, mums bloom, both in spring and fall. We grow all of our mums here on the farm, ensuring quality mums. We grew 11,000 mums this year, in 78 varieties, with some blooming as soon as August 31st or as late as October 24th. So they grow them in rounds so that they have a constant supply. Extend your bloom life by watering underneath the plant, not on top. For example, if left in the pot, try bottom watering, and if planted, try soaking the ground around the mum. Find the mum colors by looking above the price on the bucket and looking for the white tag. That white tag has a specific name and color of that mum. And then they have a little example. Beautiful. Okay, I want to come back over here because this is a bunch of their cabbage and kale as well. I do think these are lovely right here. These are all $7.95 for a gallon, which are beautiful. And I would love some of these for my winter containers. I think it would be really pretty. Look at the color. Some more varieties over here. You can see these are a little bit older because of how much they've grown. You can see more of the stem, but these are better shaped than those smaller ones. I had this last year in a pot and it was glorious. Here's your traditional white. They still have massive pots of coleus. Those are $30 each, but of course they will not make it through the next frost. Look at this fern. These are all super cute too. I do like the traditional look of this kind of situation. I think is really pretty. Okay, there's a few other perennials and such over here. I'm not interested in those at this point, but I did want to point out these snapdragons over here. These are $10 for, looks like a 1 gallon container. And I did plant some of these in a container, one of my winter containers last year, and it gave me multiple rounds of blooms throughout the summer. I had it in partial shade, I think, which helped a lot. I do like this one with the white. It did really, really well. You can plant these now, enjoy them for now. They'll die back a little bit in the winter as we get colder, and then they will come back with a vengeance in the spring. All right, I want to check out a few of the hanging baskets over here, because I do typically find their hanging baskets to be pretty good deals. Like this one is lovely. This one is $20. And look how much those have all grown out, and I like kind of the look, feel, and style of those. I saw some yellow ones. I don't really want yellow. The yellows don't look as good. And of course, lots of hanging basket mums, which we don't want mums, but I will say it smells amazing over here. And then over here, they've got their perennial section, which I'm not going to look at perennials, y'all. I'm not in that mode right now. Now, I do want to go check out some of their pottery back here, some of their ceramic containers, because I'm making plans on changing out some of my lightweight containers that have those Italian stone pines in them. And I need a big heavy pot because they fall over all the time. And I think it's because they're top heavy with the tree at the top and then the lightweight base. So I think I'm going to have to invest in some larger containers. And like this one's not bad, $80. That's pretty big for $80. Do you like that look? But then over here, like this one is $389. We don't want that. So it really just depends on which one you select. And I love terracotta, but that's not happening because I need to be able to leave them out. So that's why a lot of these coated planters would be really good. Oh, these are pretty over here. This is huge though. Yeah. $489. Can't afford that. And a lot of these are smaller, and I need it to be able to hold an actual tree, the Italian stone pine. Those are pretty, $446. Y'all, oh my God. That's pricey. Apparently I like the expensive ones. Now here's just like a traditional container or pot. Looks like these are free. I'm sure they're not free. Let me look over here. I can't see the pricing on them. I don't want to haul them out. I do like this green color. Is really pretty. $159.95. Like that would be nice. It's a big, heavy, beautiful container, and I like that color, and that price is not bad for the size container. Those are pretty. I've also thought about a taller container like this. They tend to be a little bit more expensive. And I definitely think like this size over here is way too small. I'm gonna go bigger. I need 2 of them as well, and I would like for them to match because it's for 2. I love this look right here. I'm not sure that would be frost resistant though. I need 2 because it's for 2 of the Italian stone pines. This is really pretty. I like this blue a lot. It's $120. I don't know if that's big enough. All right, coming back over here. This one's like an olive jar. I've got just one of those. I need 2. Those are $160 each. I don't like the dark colors. It's on the west side. I like the 2 white ones over there, although they feel a touch small too. I mean, maybe I just need to be looking on Facebook Marketplace for a couple of larger containers. And these are glorious. They're just obviously way out of my price range. I would love to have a huge container like that though. These are really neat. Those are $319 each. I wish I could, y'all. I really wish I could. This color's beautiful. This one is $179. It's not bad. It's just a very simple traditional one right here. $254 on that one. Okay, literally the best price was the one I saw right at the very beginning. That guy, $79. Why is that one $70? No, there we go. Over here it's $500. Someone just stuck that on there. Okay, well that makes me feel a little bit better. I was like, what? Yeah, because here's another one back here that's $600. Okay, So we're good. That is not $79. That makes way more sense in my head. I was like, why is that one? I think that I just need to, I love this color. I think I really just need to focus and end up getting a container, some containers off Facebook Marketplace. These are almost 30-inch, so I think that that's important for me to remember. Nice big ones like that because they're literally going to have trees in them. Okay. Okay. I decided not to do any of the cabbage. I'm not sure. I just usually always do it, so I'm like, I kind of don't want to do it right. I don't know why. I'm going to get 2 flats of this like penny blue violas. I think are lovely. It's a really deep saturated color. And I got 1 flat of Dusty Miller. And I think that's a good start. I think that I'm also going to check out some other nurseries, but I think that this is a really good start along with that dianthus. And then I'll figure out what I need to do. I'm also remembering that I need to work on my mother-in-law's garden. So I need to chat with her and see what her colors, she would like those. So that'll be another project to do in the next week or so. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed just doing a little shopping with me, checking things out. They still have a lot here. The prices feel good, not too out of control. So I'm really excited about, except for the pottery, but that's like that everywhere. And then, like I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and check out Covington's probably, some other nurseries to see if I can finish out the style and feel. I think that that would be really good. All right, you all. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you plant anything for your winter garden for winter seasonal color, or if you're in a really cold zone and you're not able to do that. I am able to get away with a lot of that, which is really nice. And if you're like me and you're on a gardening journey and you want to do that with some friends, check out my Patreon account. The link is in the video description below. It's a great community of people who are gardening alongside each other. There's a free tier that you can join in under, and there's one paid tier called Certified Mad Gardener, where you get access to lives, exclusive videos, group chats, and photo sharing. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.